So, Marvel's Rivals must be a pretty good game. Reaches 10 million players worldwide and keeps momentum due to awesome gameplay. So, from what I hear, it's basically like Overwatch, except with, Marvel characters. Um, I mean, so it's good to hear, having a game with that many players, especially now. I mean, every time we cover a game, it's like less than 10,000. But here we've got 10 million players. Um, so it shows that it is possible to make a good game. Uh, but let's see if companies can learn from that. The gaming world has a new contender for the crown, and its name is Marvel Rivals. Less than a week after its highly anticipated release on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series 10, NetEase, which they sound familiar. NetEase Games has announced an astonishing milestone. The game has surpassed 10 million players worldwide. Even more impressive, the game appears to be gaining steam on Steam. And its audience rather than cooling down after a blazing hot start. Released as a free-to-play hero shooter on December 6th, it is now 6 days later. 2024, Marvel Rivals combines the dynamic gameplay style Overwatch, there you go, with a vast, colorful universe of Marvel comics. The formula has struck gold. And as evidenced by the over 480,000 concurrent players who flocked to Steam during... Adam, what are you doing? Come on. Adam. Come on. Adam. Also, Zelda. Say hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Adam. You named a black cat Adam? Yeah. Well, my black cats all have a theme. Lucifer, Judas, Lilith. Pretty sure you can catch the drift here. So, if that was a girl, I would have named him Eve. But it was a boy, so I'm like, Adam. I also had Judas, and I named him Judas because he was over here for like a couple weeks. Actually, it was like 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, you're probably going to betray me and leave me, so I'm going to call you Judas. And sure enough, pretty much like a day after I gave him his name, he wandered off and never came back. He wasn't mine to begin with. He just kind of wandered over here, and he stayed around for a week or so, and he's like, okay, I've had my fun, bye. So, not really religious, but because the whole, Lucifer and Lilith, I was like, oh, let me just keep this biblical reference ball rolling. And there's the princess. Zelda, what are you doing? Zelda. Oh, they're playing right now. Now where was I? Weekend concurrent player numbers appear to be holding relatively strong. An indication in game may see growth over time and a huge return on investment. The surge propelled rival Marvels into the top 5 most played games on Steam, standing shoulder to shoulder with giants like Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, wow, PUBG Battlegrounds, while all competing with Path of Exile 2 on its release weekend. Nice. While Marvel Rivals is off to a blazing start, even the most superpowered debuts come with growing pains. Early feedback from players has highlighted some areas needing improvement. The game seems to rely on spam attacks a bit. Yeah, when you have to rely and there's like no thought process, just you don't want that. You want a game to be challenging, but not like holding your hand, which actually that'll be the next video, because I didn't think, people talk about journalistic settings or the journalist settings where the game is so easy it practically holds your hand. Yeah, we'll get to that one next video. Spam attacks. The game's version of tanks might not be enticing enough. Players be enticing players, and lack of satisfying hit feedback is a problem when dealing damage. Overall, however, the game is remarkably well balanced for a launch with 30 plus characters, many of whom received no beta testing by players. Despite these early and relatively minor hiccups, the number speaks volumes about the potential of Marvel Rivals, a vibrant blend of iconic Marvel characters and a fast-paced team battles has proven to be a recipe for success, even amidst all fierce competition. I mean, we've gotten games like this, not really like this, but you know, the Marvel where you have like the story and you're able to pick between heroes or villains or whatever, and kind of like a Sonic Adventure 2 battle kind of thing. You see the light side and you see the dark side, but this is just basically Overwatch with Marvel characters. Game's free-to-play model, paired with its instantly recognizable IP, has it stand out in a crowded market, which is good, which is what you want to do. You know, you don't want to just create something that just kind of blends in. Okay, guys, can we stop now? I really don't feel like having you guys tear something down. But yeah, the game market is so crowded with these certain kinds of games. You know, everyone wants to be a first-person shooter or, you know, whatever, and then they just kind of fade away, and no one really thinks about them because they're all the same. There's nothing that separates them. They're really ahead of the group. But this, it's different. Even though it's like Overwatch, it appears to be a good game. But yeah, there's just so much bloat when it comes to certain games that you need to stick out among everyone else, which this game has. Which is, I hope it keeps up the momentum here. Clearly, Marvel Rivals has the makings of a powerhouse in the gaming world. The question is now whether same thing, NetEase, like they sound familiar. I'll have to look at when I'm done. Can keep the momentum alive by addressing player concerns. Hopefully they will. I mean, they said it seems to be balanced fairly enough for 30 plus characters, and some of them not having any beta testing. So, you know, hopefully they will. I mean, if they keep up the numbers and they address the concerns that players have, yeah, those numbers will continue to, you know, rise, or at least stay at like 10 million. One thing's for sure, this battle is it's only just begun. And so long as the battle with the iconic heroes is hot online, you can bet Disney will be pressured to get the MCU in line with the same iconography. What? Oh. Iconography that is propelling such tremendous enthusiasm. I mean, that the CCP and Disney are getting a win with this one. Also, yeah, NetEase. Let me look it up. They sound familiar. All right, so some of these I've never even heard of. I mean, I've heard the Lord of the Rings one. The Harry Potter one I've heard of. Marvel Super War. Eve. Marvel Duel. Tom and Jerry. Okay. Viking Guard. Okay, so I mean, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they've got a good amount of games under their belt, it seems. But yeah, this, you know, you have so many games that are like this, you know, and it's sad that there are people who still play Team Fortress 2 just because of, you know, the bloat of like first person shooters and, you know, these battle royale style games, and Um, but so the fact that it took Marvel, it took something like Overwatch, which is the first Overwatch game is still pretty popular. The second game, people were like, eh, eh. Um, so being able to take something that's proven to be successful and adding Marvel into it, having a lot of characters to choose from, um, the stages look really nice, the characters look good, the models look, the game looks good. So all they got to do now is just listen to the players and correct whatever needs to be corrected and improve what needs to be improved. They've got a moneymaker right here because even though it's free to play, as long as the game is good and they continue to listen to players, those players will spend money on the game, on the skins and whatever else. So all they have to do is just listen to the players. Um, but you know, hopefully they're not that kind of company where they're just like screw the players, screw the players. But anyway, it's good to hear. It's good to hear that a game got that many. I think Black Myth Wukong was another game that was really, really high. It's like 2 million players. But most games are like less than 10,000. So, anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.